I'd like to call to order this regular Board of Trustees meeting for the Guam Educational Telecommunications Corporation. Today is October 20. The time is 12:25. As you, please state your name as we go around the table and your position. Donovan Brooks, Chair.
Joey Francis, member.
Lorraine Hernandez, Administrative Officer.
Ina Carrillo, GM.
Rosemary Clement, member.
Judy Flores, Secretary.
Thank you. You have the minutes of September 15 and the special meeting on September 24th in front of you. Any corrections offered?
No.
Want me to make a motion?
Seeking a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for September 15th and 24th.
Yes. As presented, second? Second by Mary Flora. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. General Manager's report to the board, Mrs. Carrillo.
Okay. So with our administration department, we have been undergoing the uniform guidance audit. Lorraine and I met with our auditor yesterday, and Roy from Ernst & Young was saying that he should have his report ready.
Ina,
Can you hear?
can you speak a little louder?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let me project. So we have been working on the uniform guidance audit with Ernst & Young. It should be completed by the end of this week, and they should be writing up reports next week. We should have that. Lorraine and I met with Roy from Ernst & Young yesterday here at the office, and he was expressing that there are probably going to be some findings regarding the ESF grant from the PBS university, and this was expected due to our difference in opinion. And I know I've mentioned it in previous board meetings that the auditors have a different opinion in what the cost is. You know, where our cost, it is of our opinion that our cost is what our rate card reflects. You know, cost for advertising, cost for airtime, it's all there on the rate card. That's how we bill it. We don't have any other costs. The auditors want to further break that down into what is actual cost, and because of that difference of opinion, they're saying that there's a citing of funding, invoiced funding. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I just want to assure the board that Lorraine and I followed the MOU that we had with the Guam State Clearinghouse, and we billed all the services in the MOU every single month, just as it stated. So it really is just a difference of opinion between what the auditor considers cost and what we consider cost. The auditor is saying that the cost is X employee that gets paid X amount of money. That's what it costs. And if he works 3 hours, that's the actual cost for production, where we have production rates and we bill $500 for a 30-minute program. We go off of the rate card. And it's basically what it is. So he will produce a report by next week. It will be sent to, I'll have the report in the next board meeting for the board, or I can send it to you before that. But it's also going to go to the Guam State Clearinghouse, Department of Administration, and the public auditor. But it's something that we expected, and we have met with I have met with DOA and the clearinghouse regarding this issue, and DOA's opinion is just to let the auditors do what they do and find what they find. But it's, to me, and I told Lorraine, there's nothing else that we could have done. The MOU that we had was vetted through the Department of Education, not Guam Department of Education, but the U.S. Department of Education, who issued the grant. It went through the clearinghouse. The clearinghouse had an MOU that was written and vetted through all of government agencies, right? BBMR, DOA, State Clearinghouse, AG's office, and we followed the thing. It said we were going to bill XY number, and we did it, you know, so it is the auditor's opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see what it is, but I'm just letting you know that it's likely that we'll have findings. And Roy assures me that it's not a big deal. They're going to recommend corrections where we could have better handled the audit. The MOU, right? The process.
I think, yeah, because a UG audit has stipulation on how the money's being used, but our MOU is stated different.
Something different.
Oh,
So our production cost and our airtime is our rate sheet, but based on the CF guidance with the UG audit, that production cost has to be broken down to what we're spending
Actuals.
and get reimbursed for what was actually spent for that cost.
But we don't have that
So
rate.
we don't have that. When we did the invoice, we invoiced them just the production costs.
Based off of our rate card.
The finding on that is cash because we did not bill for what was spent. So the things that we can qualify for that is like our GTA bills, all those things that PBS University uses. That's the thing is, whatever is being used by PBS University, we can use it. We can pay for it. We can, buy whatever needed for that show.
So I think what the auditor is trying to find what they're trying to explain to us is if we bill $100 for PBS University, they want to see an expense of $100 going out, but it's just never going to be possible because we have a structured rate card, and I have an employee that may make $15-20 an hour, and we charge $75 an hour for production, right? But that's because that is our rate card. That is the authorized rate cost for PBS, and that's the only cost that we offer. It is what it is, and I was explaining to Roy, I can't just break it down. If I offer that to PBS University, I'm going to have to offer that across the board, which is going to revise my rate card, and this is my authorized rate, approved by my board. And that's how media works. So, it's just very different. He was explaining that this is new funding. It's ARP, CARES, funding, or not, this is education stabilization funding, but it's new funding, and everybody's just learning the ropes on how it can be spent. So the clearinghouse has an idea of how it could have been spent. They approved our grant, in addition to, I would say, about 100 different other grantees, based off proposals that were submitted. And it was vetted through the Department of Education. They sent it all back up to Department of Education, who was the grantor. They approved them, and we followed the MOU. So now it's just the auditor's opinion. So
I think
it is what it is.
The best thing next time that was recommended is being a contract. That's the only way.
A contractor, as opposed to a sub-grantee.
Because it's service provided.
Mm-hmm. But the
What we
MOU
learned-
says we're a sub-grantee, so
Yeah.
that changes the guideline, the guidelines, and so it's just it's a technical
It's a technicality.
technicality, and
On how
they're going to make recommendations. Their recommendation is to vet all of our big grants through them, let them see the grants. They can. They're recommending that they
So
can.
who's they?
Ernst & Young.
Or any of our auditors.
They can give us
Yeah.
additional guidance. Yeah.
Yes.
They can just give us guidance, which I didn't know we could do. But then also on the other side, if we were to execute the grant the way they wanted to, we wouldn't be following the MOU at all, and then none of the invoices would have been approved because it's not what it wouldn't have been. The MOU is very straightforward, and it says we're going to build this for this, and like equipment, staffing, production of airtime, production of commercials is very, very black and white, and that's what we did.
There's no actual penalty.
No penalty that I know. The auditor is asking if DOA is going to ask for us to return the funding. I've asked state clearinghouse and DOA, and they said no, because this MOU was already approved from the Department of Education, who gave the grant, and that's how it was structured. So it's
the
just
final thing, he was saying the final is the federal themselves.
yeah.
We just need to wait.
Basically, they're going to give us recommendations on how to
Proceed.
because we already did the next year, and I already
Yeah.
informed them.
Yeah, we're just, for 2022, we're just going to go and see what can be counted for it.
Yeah. But he's just said we just got to move on, and he's going to audit again next year. I go, well, you're going to find the same thing because we just finished the second year. We just finished literally September 24th, our last meeting. We were doing the last of the procurement. And I've been in communications with the clearinghouse, and I've told them, okay, we're getting the UG audit. This is what's happening. I'm billing everything.
Yeah.
And they've already approved the invoices again. So they're fine with it. So,
Okay.
I don't know what else to do. I told Roy I'm not even upset. I mean, of course, I don't want to have a finding, but I'm not even upset because there's nothing more that I could have done. I followed the MOU, and overall, I mean, I think I'm pretty proud of what PBS has done. We've gone from billing and receiving 500,000 to a couple $1 million, and we basically have a clean audit besides the ESF one, which is, I mean, there's no missing funding or no missing monies or anything. It's just their interpretation of what the cost is and what our cost is, and but I mean, if you look at it from our perspective, I think we've had a pretty clean audit.
So
There's
you're
no
not
major
concerned
issues.
about any repercussions of us
I'm not concerned
getting in
at all.
trouble? Or,
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's
I
what
mean,
we always said.
there's gonna be a finding. Media might pick it up, but I mean, there's nothing we can say. All I'm gonna say is I followed the MOU and I've done my part. And if you look at the MOU and you look at the invoices that we provided to the clearinghouse, it all reconciles, and there's nothing else I can do about that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you. You follow
Yeah.
the MOU, and
I'm just gonna let the auditors can talk to the OPA and figure out how better we could have done it, but we followed the Guam local MOU that had been approved by the governor, approved by the AG's office, by BBMR from DOA. Everybody approved it. The signatures were all there. And we followed it to the T. We are actually a little bit over. We couldn't get the second audio, the sound booth, because we were just like 5,000 over or something like that, 5 or 10. And I just didn't want to, it was just another expense, so we said never mind. But it's better that we went a little bit over so we could exhaust the full amount of the grant
Yeah.
than to be a little bit under and not,
Yeah.
and give that funding back. So not too many agencies use 100% of the grant. A lot of times we have to give the money, federal money back, and we didn't. So I'm happy about that. And this is our first grant. I mean, PBS never received money like this. So I think the way that PBS accounting managed this grant is, I'm very happy and proud that, we were able to do it the way we did it. And we had no major issues without really hiring anybody, right? Because we've been wanting to hire an assistant. We finally did, but this is all over. So it is what it is, and I'm good with it.
Okay, great.
Okay, under development, our second annual PBS Gala, Then and Now. Development continues to seek sponsorship for the event. We have table sales still available, and we have still seeking some more high-end items for our silent auction. I want to thank our members Judy and Donovan for your donations. We're going to definitely include that into the auction. We have a few tables left, so we're still selling that. If you know any businesses, I just asked if you could reach out, and if you want, you can let us know, and then we can reach out as well. But I think development has pretty much covered a lot of the big businesses.
nobody has contacted me yet.
Which one?
No one has contacted me yet when it comes to gifts for the silent auction.
You know what? I need to reach out with, I think that is Annie or Stasha, but I will have them I think Stasha.
Contact me because they have very nice wines that come in a big pack.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
I think it is Stasha. Stasha will reach out. The school year 2022-2023 PBS Readathon is in progress. Development has been out pretty much all week delivering the pledge forms to the schools. Today they're delivering the digital packages today and tomorrow. So this year with Readathon, we're doing a hybrid Readathon where we're doing manual pledge forms. In addition, we've reached out to an online Readathon company, and we're doing a digital one too. So the kids will have a little link to their own personalized pledge form where you can send the link to family members, and they can click on the link and make the donation, kind of like GoFundMe. So we're doing that this year, so that's kind of cool. Also, we have a record number of students this year. To date, we have over 1,000 because we had additional additions this morning, but we had 997 as of 5 o'clock yesterday students, and that's 17 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 15 daycare centers. So we're looking for forward to a pretty successful readathon this year. Readathon will go until the end of the month, so probably right after the gala, we'll be counting counting and tabulating funds, figuring out prizes, prize levels. And so in the next board meeting, you can expect a bunch of procurement for kitty prizes for readathon, and we'll do that next meeting. On Saturday, October 8th, PBS showcased the PBS University and higher learning products to the community at the Governor's Education Stabilization Grant Expo at the Guam Premier Outlets. This expo showcased all the grantees from their project, and this is the reason why we had the UA audit, right? A UG audit, because we had this grant over $750,000. But anyway, we were proud to highlight all our local education content offerings to the community, and it was well accepted. We were kind of like the highlight of the expo. I think everybody was really like into the programming and was excited to see it. On October 29th, next weekend, I think that's next weekend, we're going to participate in another outreach program with the Guam Child Care Association. It's their trunk or treat at Chamorro Village, so we'll be passing out treats to the kids and also accepting membership, having a membership drive for PBS kids. And that's
Trunk.
But we don't have a trunk, so we'll probably have a table. Actually, we do have trunks. We bought those ones from Home Depot for production.
Yeah, you can use that.
Yeah, so we'll need to get some candy or something. And then in production, they've been really working on gala assets. I think they're doing this really cool. Well, it's a surprise. I'm not going to say. PBS University. They're working on, well, of course, we still have ongoing seasons of PBS University and higher learning. For the next season of University, we're going to revamp and consolidate it because we're thinking we're probably going to be under renovation at that time for next season. So we're going to try to like recycle some of the old programming to make a new season. And then after that, the next season, we plan to do a live in studio. And hopefully this part of the area will be done getting renovated. We have, also production has been broadcasting the Governor's Youth Basketball League. This is so cute. It's a bunch of 4-year-olds to mid-teens having a full-fledged basketball tournament at the field house. It's partnered by Clutch Guam and the Guam Elite, and funded by the Governor's Education Assistance and Youth
Excuse me,
Empowerment.
I know, what is Clutch Guam? And
They are a sports news content producer. They produce online content. So they're kind of like like the news sports news. Yeah, like
on what channel? On PBS?
ESPN.
online on
Oh.
YouTube. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is one elite?
Elite is just a community-based nonprofit that was able to get the grant, and they're putting on the basketball tournament. So it's really cute. I mean, they have these little kids. I mean, we're streaming with, and then Clutch.
How young are the children?
As young as 4. So it's so funny. So when they're going to do the tip-off or whatever you call it, they ask the kids, do anybody need to use the bathroom? And then they start.
But where are
And
they
then they're
playing basketball? At the field house?
At the field house, yeah.
4-year-olds are playing basketball?
All ages.
They have a very low basket.
It's very loud. So we have our team there on Sundays. They're broadcasting from 9 to 1. And this is every Sunday in October.
And it's live?
It's live on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah. It's just too much. It's too much chaos for broadcast because there's 4 games going on at one time, and it's too much.
In the field house?
Yes, at the
So you can see it anytime if it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you could see it on our YouTube
How do
channel.
you get things like that on YouTube? I mean, what do you just put in?
You just go PBS Guam.
Oh, and then
Yeah, and you'll
okay.
see our stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Live stream.
so it's the cutest thing, but it's not that it's unorganized. It's just chaotic, and it's funny. You'll see kids crying. You'll see kids running around, and it's funny. They're so uncoordinated, and it's cute. So we're doing that, and then we're also right in the middle of the UOG Men's and Women's Basketball League. That's also at the field house. This is broadcasted live on Channel 12, and I have the schedule here. So we still have quite a few games all the way until December 9th. Yeah. Engineering, and this is the last one, but engineering, we have an issue with the transmitter station at Barrigada Heights, our aircon. It's a 6-ton aircon. It needs to be repaired. So we did procure for parts in a board meeting a couple meetings ago. And the vendor, I think it was Carrier Guam, the vendor has not been able to procure the parts. They're saying that their supplier, it's just, they're having like worldwide shortages and stuff, so they can't get it. So I'm thinking if they can't procure this, by the next meeting, I would like to get quotes for a replacement of the air conditioner. Because that's a big problem. We're not, because the transmitter is down, the aircons are down, we had to shut the transmitter down, which means we're not broadcasting on free TV, right? So we are still broadcasting digitally through our cable carriers, which is Docomo and GTA, but not on free TV where you just plug in your TV. So it's an issue. We're getting calls. People are missing the TV, missing PBS, and they can't pick it up. And it's also an FCC issue. So the rain is, and we just renewed our FCC license. So we're going to have to file a report with the FCC indicating that we've been off the air for October, and that it's pending repairs. And so I need to fix it fast. So if Carrier cannot get the parts and they don't have an estimated, an ETA on the parts, we need to just replace the aircon. And we have the funding to do it, so let's just do it, and that's gonna, make sure that
I have a question. Who are these people that can't get it?
Carrier.
No,
It's a
no, I
carrier.
mean, the regular people say they're missing the shows.
Oh, they can't watch because they don't have cable. So they
Off
only
the air.
Yeah. So they have a TV. They can.
You have to have cable to have PBS? I mean, I thought that,
No, you can go off the air, just channel 12. You don't have to have cable, but we can't because the transmitter is down. We have to turn it off.
So it's antenna.
Yeah, we have to turn it off because it'll overheat because the air cons.
we can get PBS on Docomo.
Yes,
Yes.
because we're
Cables,
transmitting
yes.
digitally.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
But regular broadcasts, we have to turn that transmitter is what's going to allow you to pick up the signal, and we have to turn it off because we can't turn the air
No,
cons
I
on.
understand that. I was just wondering who are the people that can't get it, because I know that we can
No,
get it.
there's a lot.
Cable subscribers can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially we're PBS, so we have a very high demographic of just regular TV subscribers, especially young viewers, right? Kids watching at home before they can go to school, and so we really do have to fix it. FCC mandates that we broadcast, and we have to report to them.
Yeah, and I see it as an obligation because we're public and we have government funds. It seems like we have to do that, yeah.
So we've been trying to fix it. It's just, and we did everything that we could do, right? We had, we were procured for the parts. We had a.
So you
inspector come and look,
didn't,
and-
no one else accepted the bid, only Carrier?
No, we checked everywhere, and the vendor, they just can't find it. They can't find whatever it is they need. I need to check with John what it is, but
Well, then
so
ha-
we're giving Carrier a couple more weeks if they can't find it. At the same time, we're also going to explore quotes, and then by the next meeting we can figure out what it is we need to do. Replace the aircon.
But you've already, they're the only ones that
It's a Carrier unit, yeah.
accept it, but I mean, so how are you gonna get it if no one else has it?
Well, we had submitted the order to them. It's just they can't. Their suppliers
Yeah, I
can't get them
understand.
the equipment, the parts.
So who else can we get?
We've asked.
Right now, Jesse and John's working on that.
Oh,
Yeah, I've told them, ask everybody, just ask everybody. And so they're asking, all the AC companies, but it seems like they're not having luck with that. So
okay.
anyway, it's since
One thing I would like to note that PBS stands for Public Broadcasting System, and I do believe we have a mandate to be on the airwaves, broadcasting wirelessly when we can. That's part of our, that's who we are to an extent. So whatever we need to do, I don't even think we need to wait until next meeting. If you can get the information to us,
just replace it.
to replace,
Yeah.
what it's gonna cost to replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be in favor of moving, quicker than waiting.
What is this MCO? I have Jesse
Master
from,
Control Office.
what?
Master Control.
Operator.
Okay, oh, I see. I don't know, but do you know Disoni's air condition?
But we
They
need
do
a-
have the AC central?
This kind of 6-ton is has a
Commercial.
spec for our transmitter. And so that's why it is very expensive and we went out for bid. So what we're doing is we're going back to the 3
Vendors.
vendors to ask if they can give us a quote again.
So who are the 3 vendors?
They're off island.
I don't know, but
And then what we needed to do was get our local people to joint venture with them so that the aircon, they're going to install it. Only local can install it, but it's off island is where we bought the aircons.
so what is the, I have a 5-ton AC central air that I bought from Disoni's. He's my neighbor, so he
Yeah.
gave me a really good price, and it was perfectly okay. I mean, I think that he's much better
Like
priced
this, John.
than Carrier or GMC is another one.
I
that
think
sells.
John has the specs for it, so he would have to present it.
Yeah.
Was yours for a
But what
ducted system?
Uh,
Whole house air conditioning?
Central air, yeah,
Central
central,
air.
yeah.
So I
See,
think
the-
for this bid, we'll get the specs and we'll send it to every
Yeah.
every AC company, just to make sure, because we need to just get this done as soon as possible. I agree with the chairman.
Yeah,
So
me too.
for this instance, we will send to everyone. We'll just go in the phone book under air conditioning services and send to everybody,
What is
even
the
if it's
highest?
over 4, and we'll just receive all the quotes. So we'll also send to the Sony.
I mean, I shop around when
Yeah.
I have to replace my AC. I had Carrier before, and I was not very happy with Carrier because, anyway.
They're the one that installed it.
Yeah, but
It was an off-island, I forgot the name of the vendor that we went.
So what is this company you're talking about?
it's called Disoni's.
Disoni?
Disoni's.
I
Yeah.
think
Air
we bought
con
some.
They
we bought
sell
some air cons with them.
all the air conditions like that one.
Yeah.
I think that
Oh, split units, split
We-
units.
we
he
did
says they
we
sell
did buy-
everything from the split units.
And they're in
to-
our neighborhood?
No, in where I live in Harmon.
Oh.
They are right next to my office.
Oh, I was going to say.
We've purchased from them before when we were, because we've, since I've been here, we've been able to replace all of the air cons in the studio, and I think Sony was one of our vendors at one point.
Yeah,
Actually, they had a
I
deal.
find out that there is another company, I believe it's JMC, and they carry the Japanese brand. I forgot the name. What is the famous Japanese brand for air conditions?
Toshiba?
Toshiba. No, Toshiba and another one, but yeah, Japanese. But
Right.
oh no, Daikin. Daikin is not Japanese anymore. It's also made in China, but
Oh, in Harmon?
yeah, but they don't have central air. You know, the ton, the 5-ton. But I think that this one is, I mean, I'm very happy with what they provided to me. And when it comes, and the price was considerably lower. And when you look at the lifespan of a central air, is anywhere between 8 and 10 years. So you know, at the end of the 10 years, you have to replace them anyway. So
Okay, well, let's make sure we put them in the mix. Okay, moving on.
okay.
I think that's pretty much all for my
We
report.
have some-
Okay, we don't have financials today because of the ongoing audit.
The requisition here for,
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. So, jumping down to old business, I just wanted to touch base on the initiatives that we've already brought on board, which was the distracted driving initiative and the multilingual initiative. And
Oh, yeah.
I did note in the meeting minutes of either the 24th or the 15th that those were actually underway and should be on air anytime now.
Yes, those are running. The two that we had produced are running. In addition, yes. And I think Jonah is working on the others. Jonah and
AJ?
AJ. Yes, they're working on those. AJ was called to jury duty, so but yes, they are working, and the ones that that we presented are already in rotation.
Is there any way that we could just have a way to view them, maybe on like YouTube or Dropbox or some way to just?
Yeah, I can send them. Is WhatsApp okay, or do
Yep.
you want me to send it? Okay.
WhatsApp is
Fine.
okay.
I'll just have a.
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
have
sorry,
the-
for what?
So she's going to send us the board initiative videos on
Oh, yeah.
distracted driving.
Yeah, I love WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
WhatsApp is
So I have a question with these videos. Once they are produced, they're going to be shown on our channel, right?
Yes,
Channel 12.
I'm sorry, I was mistaken. I was thinking of the multilingual station ID spots. As for the distracted driving campaign, that one we had put on hold because Chairman initiated a meeting with the Department of
Works.
Police Department and Police Department and Public Works, and now we have. And so the spots were actually going to get funded through either GPD or Public Works. It looks like it's going to be Public Works and Office of Highway Safety. So actually yesterday I wanted to update the board. Yesterday, Stasha Nicholas and I had a meeting with the Office of Highway Safety, and they have a whole initiative for the year. So it looks like, and we've talked to them about working together and being able to support them with their media needs. And so they're talking about including PBS as a sub-grantee for their grants next year, and that will be in February. So I think their other sub-grantee is police department, maybe airport police, and I think I want to say the hospital. But PBS will be a sub-grantee to support their media services, and we'll be able to make the media buys for them. So so that's actually a good thing because we'll be able to plan for the whole year. And they gave me their calendar. I don't have it in front of me right now, but they gave me their annual calendar of their different promotions and campaigns throughout the year. And so we're going to work on doing an annual with them. So that's in the works. And
Make
so
sure we be contract,
Huh?
not subcontract.
It will be a sub-grantee of their grant, because Office of Highway Safety is not federally funded at all. It's all federal funds, and so that's what they were.
It's not
saying.
federally funded?
It is federal. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
locally funded. It's
Oh,
just
so
federally funded.
it would have to
So they have to subcontract, but that's a good thing because they are not having to go through procurement to get any single media outlets. Media buys and
They don't have to go
production
through the
services, right? So if they subgrant us, then we'll be able to make their media purchases for them, and we would just get their entire media budget and work from there, which means we can also include ourselves. So that's good for PBS, and it's also good for highway safety. And not only that, we're going to have a whole year of messaging, that's in line with what highway safety's goals are. I can also get, they do have, we also are going to be featuring them on Buenos for a couple of their campaigns. Distracted driving right away, and then they have a holiday designated driver campaign that they want to work on. And so
I'm sorry, holiday what?
Buenos. We'll be featuring them on Buenos. So we're going to probably
Buenos
feature them
show.
like 2 or 3 times before the new year. Yeah.
And these distracted driving ads, can we put them also in the other stations? Can they also put them in the other stations?
That's the plan.
It should be periodically, like in the news, and every time they have breaks or something, because I think it's really necessary. It's very important. I mean, you see so many people that are
Distracted
and
not
looking
paying
and
attention.
talking and with the phone and.
Yeah. So that was the plan, and they're really hoping to get the digital billboards too. And they think that that might, that might be helpful. I think it's a little bit distraction, but it's also a media outlet. So they're excited about that. We are too. Stasha's going to be working on that project. There are also ad council ads that we can pull and run it on our station. We'll probably do that as well.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
One other just thing I wanted to mention was that because of my recent experience having to travel to mainland for medical care, I encountered a number of organizations, local organizations that assist either in navigating resources or providing direct funding, and I've asked Ina, and she's basically she said I should probably just touch base with Paulie Suba and see if he can. I already have some contacts, and I'm going to go ahead and give those contacts to Paulie and ask him to contact these various organizations and have them on Buenos.
I was just going to say, that's a
Just-
good idea for Buenos, yeah.
Just to share the information,
Yeah.
get the resources out.
Yeah,
It
that's
was very valuable to me. I absolutely feel that it will be valuable to other people
Yeah.
in my boat.
yeah.
Good idea.
And board initiative, anytime the board has, any of us has an idea that, you think will benefit the community somehow, please don't be shy in
Well,
bringing it up.
I don't know if I mentioned it here, but I certainly have mentioned it to a lot of people, including the senators and GVB, about the beach and the condition of the beach and the lack of garbage cans that have been there since, I don't know, before Christ possibly. And nothing's ever taken care of, and there's all this talk, this Disneyland and Epau Beach, which is insane. That money was supposed to be for Matapang, and Matapang is supposed to be the best location for where they were going to put the EMT fire people that rescue because of the break in the reef. Anyway, I mean, I know about this because I'm there all the time and I talk to people all the time. Anyway, I think having someone on, and like as far as the garbage can goes, that's GVB. That's not Parks and Rec, because I have discussed it with Senator Shelton, who oversees Parks and Rec and GVB, and basically no one's doing anything. They don't have enough lifeguards. They don't have water in the bathroom.
That's not something that we can address, but how could we address?
I don't know, invite somebody to
Well,
talk about these things, or
I think that we could make some ads and spots in terms, like if we're telling people you have to be careful, of safe driving, right? So let us make some ads where we can feature people having a picnic or wherever in the beach and clean up. You have a picnic, you have whatever it is you're drinking.
well, they literally don't have garbage cans.
Clean up. Well, they don't have to have.
Well, I know, you're supposed to
If
say
they have
people
garbage
don't.
cans,
Pick up
it's
after
better.
yourself.
But pick up after yourself.
are
But we
lazy.
have to make it in a way that, hey, this is our island. Let us take care of it. Pick up after ourselves. It is good for us. It is good for our visitors. It is the right thing to do. Environmentally, socially, and and let people really
And as far as tourism
be
goes-
responsible and to themselves and to others. Let us pick up after ourselves.
So first question, do we have anything like that running?
Anything to do with
I
the
think
beach?
that would be
Here's
very
the second
nice.
question. Can we add that to our board initiative list, which we have 2 items now. We have distracted driving and we have multilingual. I would encourage you to make a motion to include this topic on the board initiative list, and that will give us 3 things to focus on, and the station will be aware.
So do you want me to make a motion
Sure,
now?
absolutely.
Okay, so I would like a motion that the PBS starts looking into the possibility of making sun spots that has to do with the environment and to clean up our beaches, our parks, our neighborhoods. I mean, be aware that it is our environment. And just like we like our houses clean and our jars, and so is our island. It's good for us, and it's good for our tourists.
And it's also an avenue where we can derive revenue if we find some people to underwrite those spots.
Yes, I think that a lot of the, especially hotels and businesses, would like to contribute to that. And we should make several spots with children, with the youth, with grown-ups. I mean, just pick up after ourselves.
Okay, motion.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. So now, every month, when we sit down, the question becomes, where are we with that? You notice that I keep asking
Sure.
where we are, because otherwise it'll just kind of get pushed off to the side.
Sure.
But the more we ask about it, we're seeing progress, so I'm happy.
Well,
Okay, great.
I just want to say, personally, I've been to GVB 3 times and spoken also personally to Carl Gutierrez. And this is going back at least a year. And that girl that was on the board for a while, Trixie,
Yeah.
she works part-time there too. I mean, I've talked to everybody, and I've talked to the press. The press did do something about my friend Mike Benito, the lifeguard who rescued somebody, and they talked a little bit about that. And they don't have enough lifeguards, and they say they don't have enough money. And then, I see that GVB went to California, which just really kills me. I mean, the Chamorros in California, when they come to Guam, they stay at their grandma's house. I don't see where that money was being spent. The money I'm talking about is like a drop in the bucket compared to all of these other things. And maybe it's not politically correct right now, but it really is upsetting. Because I can tell you 90% of the attraction of Guam for all the tourists is the beach. And even when it rains, my friends that work at the restaurant at the Hyatt, I said, oh, did anyone come yesterday? Oh, yeah, they don't care. The water's, I just heard on the radio, the news is the water's 86 degrees. So they don't even care if it's raining. I don't go to the beach when it's pouring, but tourists come because the beach is beautiful, the water is definitely clean, and the air is absolutely clean. But, anyway, it's really ridiculous not to have everything ship-shape on the beach before we build any Disneyland.
Yeah, really.
So this will be maybe a small contribution that we can make to encourage the community to take care of the beaches.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely good
to
idea.
encourage everyone. I mean, I walk in Assam Park, and Assam Park is taken care of by the military. They come, they cut the grass, it's fairly clean, it has...
That's federal.
That's a federal park.
It has the dustbins.
Oh,
and
that sounds really nice, yeah.
but still you find beer cans, you find bottles that they break, the glass, plastic papers, even diapers sometimes. I mean, I walk so I can see it. And if
2 months worse.
And if you venture to go into, to go to the beach, there is some kind of bushes, and oh my goodness, that's even worse. And sometimes I even pick it up and I put it in the dustbin. The dustbin is not very far from them, but yet people so we have to really encourage to.
Yep, absolutely.
It's
Okay.
a serious problem.
All right, moving on to new business. Procurement approval. We have a couple of requisitions in front of you.
Adobe.
Okay,
Adobe
Cloud? Creative Cloud?
Adobe. That's
What is Creative Cloud?
that's for
Well, we're going to find out in a second.
So Creative Cloud, that's the creative suite that we use for production. So because we had finally picked up additional people for, it's ARP for Buenos, right? Because that went through Guam. So we finally were able to do the recruiting of the 2 more employees, and plus we had picked up employees from PBS University, 3 new ones. They needed 3 and 3 actually. So we needed 6 more subscriptions to Adobe for their creative. It's the Creative Suite. It's a creative program to make video, whatever, video and.
Is that an annual
How do I
cost?
say it?
Yeah,
It's an annual subscription. It's like Microsoft, right? You need to pay the
Yeah.
subscription every year. Yeah. So it's $5.99 a year each, and I needed to get 6 more subscriptions. And it was for the 3 in university and 3 in ARP.
Do they offer like an educator discount? You know?
That's the rate.
That's
That's the rate.
Yeah. So that one is $35.99, and it's we don't have 3 quotes because we use Adobe, and that's what we use. Like we use Mac,
Sole
and
source.
that's what we use. So it's
So we don't have to have 3 quotes?
no, it's
Okay.
a
Sole
sole
source.
source because that's the one we have to use.
Yeah, you
or
have
we
to
like
go with
to use.
Adobe. Okay, so bottom line, you need it.
Yeah, and it's every year, so it's just because this is 6 of them, and it's over the 2,500 threshold. We need to bring it to the board.
Okay,
Okay,
so.
and the other one?
And the other one is for equipment. This is for some replacement equipment in Master Control. The Master Control office is the one back there that handles, sustains the broadcast for PBS national programming. And they need, what is this, a video frame sync thing?
Frame.
Equipment, and it's $7,000. There was only Adorama, Studio Care, and B&H was able to get the quotes, but B&H, the equipment is not available. It's been discontinued, so we needed to get a replacement. It's broken. And we need this to broadcast PBS. Otherwise, we're gonna have problems. So it's really just replacement equipment.
Okay, so if no more discussion, I make a motion that we approve this budgeting of these 2, how do you call this? AJA FSA Universal HD Audio-Vision Frame Sync from Odorama in the amount of $7,073.75.
I second.
We're looking at FY 2023 RQ1. And the low bid is $7,073.75. Okay,
So we just have to have a vote.
and then,
We
We have to have a vote
Adobe.
on that?
we made a
For the
motion
second.
and second.
okay, so motion, second?
I did.
Okay, this is in reference to FY 2023 RQ1. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay,
I
and
make,
then the next one?
yeah, I make a motion that we approve Adobe FY 20235 for the Adobe
Adobe.
Creative Cloud for $3,599.28.
For 6 subscriptions.
Seconded by Judy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anything else, Ina?
That's all.
Okay, we do not have an executive session. Next scheduled board meeting will be in November,
A month from today.
month from
Or
today.
Thanksgiving?
17
What time is
November.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving is the 24th,
Yeah.
Day after my wedding anniversary.
17?
so we could do 17th,
November 17th?
November
Yeah.
17th,
Okay.
November 17th, Thursday.
noon. Everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
To let you know, I'll be off island that week.
Oh, yeah,
So,
she's gonna be all right.
Oh, that's the wedding?
Oh, November
Yeah.
When do you get back?
7th, right?
the 24th.
And the 20, okay.
It's Thanksgiving, right?
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
I'll be back for Thanksgiving.
But then the 20th.
Thanksgiving is on the 24th?
3, 4, we still have
24th.
quorum.
You still have a quorum then. Otherwise,
So why don't we meet the Thursday before Thanksgiving?
The Tuesday,
Yeah, well, 17th is before Thanksgiving.
So
No.
that's when we're meeting then?
no, Judy's gonna be off island.
She's going to be off island.
Oh, oh.
She
The
gets back on
24th is
24th.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
On
so,
24th, you get back on Thanksgiving?
I get back the night of the 23rd, so,
Oh, the 20th.
and I leave here on the 15th, so I don't know if I'm able to, if that throws you off too much and you have
so
a
you can't come
quorum.
the 15th
We can still
either.
meet, we can still meet on the 24th, on the 17th,
Yeah.
and we'll just have to make sure that we all show up.
Yeah.
Maybe JC can make it. Okay, so it will be November 17th?
I might suggest that if you want to come on the 23rd, because PBS will have our Thanksgiving lunch that day, you can attend.
Will that let us
It's a
meet?
Wednesday.
I mean, can we still have our meeting?
Yeah, we can meet.
Where's the luncheon gonna be?
It'll be here.
In here?
Maybe we could meet at 10 o'clock in the morning
Wait.
instead.
would you be back on the 23rd?
I won't be able to do it on
No, she's not
Wednesday.
gonna be back.
Night
Oh,
of the
Wednesday.
23rd,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I teach class
Yeah.
until,
Never mind. Just come for lunch then.
okay.
Okay, so 17th,
Yeah.
November at noon.
and our gala is on the 19th, right?
No, no.
No, 17th,
November 5th.
Thursday.
Oh, November 5th is the gala. So where did I see 19th?
Well,
It was going to be the 19th.
It
We
was
changed it.
supposed
Oh,
to.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Anyway, I sent a message to my daughter and she said, let me look into it.
She said what?
Let me look into it. I hope, because
And you have did she have grown-up children? I mean, that you would come to the dinner?
no,
or-
no, no, no.
They're
The
little.
children are 5 and 3, so probably no, but even if nobody comes,
Okay, any questions, comments,
That's it.
announcements?
no?
Nothing, anyone? All right, next meeting is November 17th.
Yes.
See you there. Motion to adjourn?
move to adjourn?
Second? Oh, 2 seconds.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Time is 1:22. Wow, good timing.